when we do these lives, I really encourage you, depending on your learning style, to have some paper, have a notebook, have a pen, so you can take notes. I do have some questions that I want to cover that you guys have asked, and then just a couple note-keeping things I'm going to go through, and then we're going to kind of jump right into branding. But anyways, and the freebie vault, one of the things that's in there is a set of free business planners, and I really want you guys to go through that and take advantage of it, because it's something that helps me a ton with staying organized. And as we cover the branding, there is about 23 to 24 pages. The first planner in there is a branding planner. It's really almost like a workbook, like a branding workbook. One of the other things that is pinned in the featured of the top of the group, if you're brand new here, there's a post of basically just, okay, I joined the mentorship, what should I do now? And I have a list of things that I recommend that you do to start with. There is also a pinned post that has a Google Drive. In that Google Drive, there are folders of different categories. So sales, target audience, branding. And those are videos that I stick in those folders to help you guys. So you can go in and it's organized like, okay, I'm struggling with branding. Boom, go into the Google Drive, go into the branding folder and see what's in there and see what can help you with that. But there is somebody else, they asked about basically the types of posts to post. And when I speak about a lot of this, I'm speaking about Facebook, okay? And how to get people to your profile, basically how to start growing the following, how to start getting people attracted to who you are, what you're posting, and what you're promoting on your page, and all of that good stuff. Get them to your link, all that good stuff. What I recommend as far as posts, so, and I know a lot of this is probably going to sound obvious, guys, but I'm trying to just have a mindset of like, everybody's at the beginning, and if I'm repeating anything, my apologies. But you don't obviously want to just sell. Like, hey guys, I just launched this. Hey guys, go get this freebie. Even if it's valuable, even if it is something that is going to help your audience, you don't want to constantly just be showcasing your things. You don't want to never sell, obviously. You want to talk about your business, talk about what you have and what you're doing. But every day, when I get up in the morning and I have my daily to-do list, when I am doing what I need to do every day, I start with my profile first before I do anything with groups or any engagement or anything like that. I will post an educational post, which we'll get into some examples of that. So those are posts where I am just basically sharing my knowledge that I've learned. What's something you picked up on, if you're reading comments in other posts, if you're seeing pain points of your audience, that you're seeing common complaints about, or a week, 2 weeks ago, there was this whole debacle about this new course that came out that the quality was not good. And there was this big uproar in the digital marketing community. Hey, Tracy. And I wanted to have a stance on that and not hurt my business reputation. But I made a post just about that going on, things in the world going on, things in your life going on. Or just, hey guys, I've been really buckling down this week and studying and blank. I've been doing a lot of studying and work in DBA, or this guy that I bought, yada yada. And here are some of the main points that I've learned, okay? And make a bullet point list, throw some emojis in there, make it cute. But just no selling in there, no plugging yourself at the end, nothing like that. Just educating and just sharing your journey, sharing what you have been learning, okay? Sharing how you've been implementing it, how it's worked for you, but no sales. And then you can also have entertainment posts if you're face forward, even if you're faceless, okay? And you're not necessarily sharing a lot of personal things, but you could say, oh, like I just finished binging this show on Netflix, like what are you guys watching right now? Like, make it personal, make it warm on your page, and not just, oh, this is a business, just cut and dry, selling, okay? So I'll make an educational post. I will post something like a picture of my morning coffee, or if I go get my nails done, something like that. Throw in some personal life relatable things, right? Hey guys, what's for dinner? Here's a picture of my sandwich, okay? And then I'll have posts where I'm selling, but doing it the right way, which we'll get into that, okay? So those are the types of posts. Now, getting people to your profile, how I get those people to me, literally guys, engagement. Literally just engaging. One thing that's really helped me like this past week, and it seems like such a simple trick, right? If you're in digital marketing groups or groups where you're engaging and you're just providing value, you're just educating. So let's say you're in a group and there's a post of somebody and they're like, you know, what course would you guys recommend? Like, what have you guys learned from that you really feel like you got value from? Okay. And you're not going in the comments to sell and say, oh, I have this and it's great because this. You are just going in there and saying, well, I purchased this. I maybe didn't really like it because this, and this. But I also have these things and this is what I learned from them. Okay. And you're not dropping links. You're not dropping anything to sell. But then at the end of your educational comment, you put something in there like, this is my business account. Feel free to friend request me for more. I put for marketing and mindset tips because I'm all about like hyping you guys up, keeping you motivated, but also, you know, obviously the marketing aspect. But putting that line at the end, there was a really good example. Somebody had a post, which this, I don't remember who I was talking to about this, but they were like, it's really frustrating because you do things the right way and you're taking these steps of educating people and providing value. And some days it feels like you're doing so much and you're not really getting a return on it, and that can be frustrating. And then you go in these groups and you see these people that are like, nobody's giving information, like, where are the people giving value? And you're like, I'm right here, hello, like, and it's frustrating. And it's just part of that is just the algorithm and just you remaining consistent, even though you might feel like it's not doing anything. That could be the comments or the posts people see where it gets you sales days down the road, weeks down the road even. I have people that, you know, they'll be in my inbox and saying, I've been lurking and being silent, but I've been watching you do your thing for weeks and they're just now reaching out to me. So that consistency was doing something for me. But anyways, there was a person that made a post in this group basically saying that same thing. They're like, nobody's helping in this group. Like, I don't want somebody to DM me and blah, blah, blah. Like, could anybody please give me like some sort of resource and explain what it is in the comments? So I went in the comments and I was like, I'll do you one better. I'm not going to give you a product. I'm not even going to give you anything you have to pay for. I'm just going to give you the link to my YouTube channel where I have free videos that are 50 plus minutes long, very thorough, very detailed. And what that does is, for one, I got so many reactions to that comment and I got like 20 subscribers from that comment alone because I'm not throwing a sale at him. I'm like, hey, here. And what that's going to do is that's going to put trust and people to you, and they're going to, you're going to kind of become a go-to for them. And it may seem counterproductive that you're not getting a sale in that comment, right? But you're building an audience of trust with people, and they're like, wow, what a person that stands out in digital marketing where all these hundreds of people are just selling and like, oh, have this and this and this. Because how many people have a product that might be crap, but they're lying and trying to sell it because they want to sell it? You know what I mean? So I got a lot of subscribers from that, and other people besides that person that posted that is going to see that, and they're going to come over and they're going to friend request me. They're going to follow my YouTube, and in those YouTube videos, okay, stay with me here, in these YouTube videos in my description, that's where all my plugs are at. That's where my stand store is. That's where, you know, whatever I'm talking about in the video that I can plug myself with. I'm not selling in those videos, but there's parts in the videos where I entice them to maybe want to buy something I have. Like each of us. So this group is a private secret group, meaning this group is not even searchable because this is a mentorship. I do not want people in here that have not paid for mentorship, or the only other people in here is if you bought DBA or BPU for me. But yeah, right, indirectly. It's a whole psychology behind selling and serving over selling. And as I talk about it, I feel like it can sound like a lot, but I promise you guys that as you start practicing these things and just getting in that mindset of how you're engaging and how you're plugging yourself indirectly, I love that you said indirectly, it just becomes a practice. It's not hard. It's just in how you do the practice. Getting people to your profile. Every single day I engage. I might take a day off during the week. I take 30 minutes to an hour to just have no other distractions, scroll through my timeline. I literally am just on my business account, scroll through my timeline, and I connect and engage valuable things on posts that I can put input in. And the more you learn and the more you take notes and study the marketing and study, you know, what you're doing, it'll be easier to do that. And those people are going to come to you. Just make it a practice at the end to put, you're more than welcome to friend request me. I'm always giving out free value and information on my page. 600 friends in less than 2 months, guys. I feel like maybe that doesn't sound like a lot, but if I'm not friend requesting people, that's a lot of people. And the more people that it grows and that you have on your profile, when you go to launch a product, when you go to put something in your store or have a sale, that is like having a whole separate email list that you can just promote to. You guys can go, if you want to jot this down, maybe if you need some examples of ways to do promo posts or ways to do like educational posts, go scroll through my profile. Go scroll through my profile and just read those and say, okay, what have I learned about recently in your journey, in your process, to just write a post about. And it doesn't have to be scripted. It doesn't have to be this like college essay perfected thing. Like, you know, authenticity is a huge part of this business, and having your own personality in your post and your people coming to you. Okay, you're not really trying to be anybody but yourself. So I get up in the morning, I make an educational post on my profile, I make a promo post on my profile, and then I have some type of personal post on my profile. And then I go and do the same things in the list of groups that I have. So I think most, if not all of you, have gotten access to that free promo code to get the Facebook list. Each day that's there, you have a list of groups that you can promote in, whether you have to have paid promo. Most of them don't. I go in those groups, I follow that list, and I go and do the same thing in those. The only other thing I really need to be doing is engaging. And the only thing outside of that would just be if I have a product I'm working on, if I need to proofread something, you know, all those other mundane things. But don't worry about any of those things until your posts are done and your engagement is done. That's it. When you only market on Facebook, it's that easy. Oh, one thing really quick, just a recommendation. If you guys have a business account or a business page, make sure all of your posts are public. Tracy, I don't think you were here for that, but basically I was just talking about in the pinned post at the top of the group, there is a pinned post that has a Google Drive you can go into, and there are different folders in the Google Drive that are categorized: sales, branding, target audience, that you can go into those folders, and there's videos of mine that you can watch about that topic. And I just don't want people to not know about it. So mindset is huge, guys. In the beginning, guys, it's really easy to get overwhelmed is the first thing. Okay, there's so much that you're learning, there's so much you're trying to do. It's really hard to take the advice of somebody saying slow down and do one thing at a time. You kind of feel like you're in this space where there's all these other people doing this. You know, why are they going to choose you? What makes the difference in that? Not feeling like maybe you know what you're talking about, or that people are going to like call you out or criticize you because you're still learning. But the biggest thing in that is just being authentic, being honest with like, hey, I'm new, but having that boundary of like, I don't want to be sold to. Like, just because I'm new doesn't mean I'm going to buy this, this, and this, because people are going to do that. People still try to sell me on stuff all the time. Okay, but it's really a mindset thing. Do you believe in yourself? How bad do you want this brand and this business for yourself? For what reasons specifically? Don't tell me that, you know, you want to pay off your debt, that you want the financial freedom, you want more time. Like, what is it specifically? For me, I don't think that I would have gotten to this business and had the success that I had if I didn't lose my job. I've never been one to really be unemployed, like the situation with my daughter happening. I had very specific things that I feel, and not to be spiritual on you guys, but I feel like God didn't give me a choice but to do this and for it to be successful. I feel like I was put in a situation where I would have lost my job and not found a better job. And like, I have a college degree, I have great work experience, I have great work ethic. I think that God knew that if I wasn't in a position to lose my job and not find something else, I wouldn't have put myself into this and gotten the success. And now I don't have to find another job. Like, this is my job. And I can take a day off whenever I want to take a day off. If my kids need me, if I feel like crap, you know. How bad do you want this? And is it for the right reasons? Is this something you are committed and dedicated to? I can't sit here and tell you guys that I wake up every day and I have this like mindset of a badass, right? I like to tell myself that, but like, we all have a hard days. We're humans. There's things that happen in our life. There's things that happen with our family. You know, it's just life, okay? We can't show up 100% every day. Common sense, we know that. And it makes it very hard. And it's really pushing through that, knowing that the day's gonna pass, things are gonna get better, and it's just a season, and you keep pushing and you keep being consistent, and you keep practicing the mindset anyways, and it absolutely will bring you success. It absolutely will bring you success. The beginning is the hardest. I will tell you guys, the beginning, the first solid 1 to 2 months is probably gonna be the hardest, because that's when you're really finding your footing. You're laying out the foundation of your business. You're really just kind of figuring out what the hell you're doing, right? You're trying to figure out who you trust, where you fit into this, how you want to stand out. You know, a lot of people are seeing me as the girl in digital marketing that is very ethical, very trustworthy, but I rock the Facebook platform. Like, people come to me about Facebook marketing. That was not my plan in the beginning. It happened, it evolved as my business grew and I started doing other things. I started off selling like an 11 guide bundle about faceless marketing on all different platforms. And now I'm like, guys, I don't market on TikTok, Pinterest, you know, Instagram, any of that. I have some knowledge in it, but like, I'm here on Facebook. It's the only platform you need. And I'm 100 and something away from 15,000. You're not hoping to manifest it. It's there. It is going to happen. That mindset that I practice is so powerful. I was practicing that mindset in videos that I'm uploading to the YouTube where I hadn't even made $500 yet. And you know, my first full month of May, I didn't even make $1,000. I made like 900 something. It was like 700 something after expenses. That was profit. And I was practicing that mindset. And I firmly believe that mindset took me to that next month where I hit 10K. And it's consistently showing up and knowing when you need to pivot your business, giving it the patience and the time. And the reason I'm bringing mindset up to you guys like this is because there are some mentees that I have who they're doing the steps, we're having conversations, they're learning, they're engaging, they're doing things that order they need to do them, but they're just kind of getting bummed out because it's a lot of work to do before you can really start selling. So you're establishing yourself and letting people know who you are. So there's some sort of trust there. And they can be like, oh, I remember her. She's always in this group. And like, in people's comments giving these like knowledgeable things away. Like, I trust her. Like, let me see what she has. Rather than just, oh, that's the first time. Who is that? What is she selling? Huh? Like, the difference, you know? And it's a lot of work to get there. You're building your reputation. You're building your foundation of your business. One thing I'll tell you guys to give you some positivity with this is so many people, like probably 80 to 90% of the people that get into digital marketing that you see that are new, that are, maybe they have good products, maybe you see them posting everywhere and it seems saturated. It's not. They're not branding. Most of the people, when they buy Done For You products, they're not even going through the products. They're not proofreading them. They're not changing the branding to be their branding. They're not doing it the right way, and they're gonna fall out. And then there's always new people coming in. There's always new people that want to learn how to market, learn from the right people. There's so many people getting ghosted from mentors, you know? So you guys being here and committing to doing the steps and doing that foundation work in the beginning and being ethical, being authentic, sharing your story, whether you're faceless or face forward, that alone is going to make you guys stand out from a majority of the people alone. So I do want you guys to remember that. It just takes some time to have that visibility. And I'm going to teach you guys how to do that with your post and teach you how to do that with your comments. I really am debating on doing like a weekly screen recording of me just sitting through for like 30 minutes to an hour and just engaging and just letting you guys have engagement and seeing how I personally am engaging, and I'm going to tell you why I'm putting what I'm putting and what it's going to do for you to do it like that, what kinds of posts I'm making, why I'm making those posts. If you haven't went and watched the video of how I launched my Facebook list product, you need to go do that. There's a lot of really good things about how to post and what to have in your post in that. The Canva Vault is PLR, so you can change anything in there. You can take out any products, any links, you can add your own products, you can change all the pictures, all the wording, you can literally do whatever you want with it. Let's get into branding. Branding is important because a lot of people completely skip this step and they just go straight to selling. They might engage in stuff a little bit, but they don't have proper branding. What branding does is it causes people to become familiar with you. Okay, let me give you super easy example. Okay, when you think of, let's say, bigger commercial brands, Coca-Cola. Okay, we all know, what color do you think of when you think of Coca-Cola? We all think of the same color, hopefully. Pepsi. Okay, Winter Fresh. Like, if you name off some brands, Juicy Fruit, what color? Hey Ellie. Right, McDonald's, their colors. You know, that the whole funny thing we do with our friends sometimes where, or like those TikTok audios where you hear a commercial jingle and there's no words or anything like that, but you hear it and you're like, oh, that's Nationwide. Oh, that's McDonald's. Oh, that's the General Car Insurance. And like, nobody's announcing the company. There's no words, but you hear it and you know that's branding. That's part of branding. But you're there and you're branding yourself. So that's why the small little things that don't seem like they matter, but they do matter. Colors, the font you're using. Are you using a minimalistic style, a modern style, a scripture, cursive style? Like, being consistent with those things and people seeing that constantly. Even something like having a profile picture and not really changing to something more drastic down the line, because they're going to see that and it's a familiarity thing. I can't say that word. It's them getting to be familiar with you and your brand. If they're scrolling through their timeline and they see like an image post, something with words on it, but it has your branding on there, the colors, font stuff, they can know it's from you without seeing your name, seeing your picture. Like, oh, that's that marketing girl, like, okay, that's branding. If anybody wasn't here and they missed it too, again, I just want to throw out here because it's very important. I've seen people starting their business pages and their posts are not public. All of your posts need to be public. If you're using your personal page for some reason and any of your business posts, make your post public, because if you're in groups, if somebody's lurking through, let's say you're in Girls Gone Faceless and, oh, I like her comment, let me click on her name and see what all she's posted in the group, and they start really liking it, then they're going to go to your profile and they're going to want to like see what's going on in your profile. But if your posts aren't public, they're not going to see anything, and then you could have missed out on that connection with that person, right? So make sure your posts are public. My way of you know, what I like to say, branding is, who are you behind the business? Okay, I think a lot of people hear branding and they want to go to having a logo, having all of these very put together businessy things, and I'll tell you guys, it's a mix of being personal and vulnerable somewhat with your audience and being a real person more than being a business. I don't like to tell people to have a logo. That's my personal opinion. I'm not going to tell you guys not to have a logo. I think that having some type of picture of yourself, if you're faceless, you can go find a stock royalty-free photo that, you know, has a woman with a nice hat and she's looking out into the ocean, or something aesthetic. It puts a personal touch on the account. Like, oh, there's a person behind this account. It's a personality rather than them thinking, oh, this is a business and they're going to sell me something. Okay? So that's my personal opinion about a logo. Another thing too, I feel like a lot of people with branding, they overthink and perfect it, and they don't really even want to jump in and get started with things with branding because they think it needs to be perfect and just totally crafted before they do it. Don't overthink branding. You do not have to perfect and have everything done. You don't have to start and have a mission statement, vision statement, all of your colors and aesthetic. Like, it doesn't have to all be done. Things can and will change as your business grows. You can always alter and tweak things down the road. Just getting started and going. Don't let it stop you from doing it. But a lot of people just overthink that, like, oh, this needs to be perfect, this needs to look this way, because if it doesn't, I'm not going to get these sales. Branding is important, but it's not that deep. It's more about what you're posting, what value you're bringing to the community, and what stands you apart, and your ethics in your business, which the ethics are a part of branding. Will creativity be a part of my brand? Yeah. Yep. So, Emily, part of what we're going to get into is part of branding is your ethics and values as a business, okay? And when I say as a business, so like for me, I am my business. You know, I haven't filed an LLC yet. Like, I got started in this, I didn't think I was going to make $10,000 in June. I started the last week of April. No way in hell. So I was like, let me dabble in this and see how things go. You know, now it's like, okay, I need an accountant. Like, I need to do yada, yada, yada. But like, I'm not sitting here like, you know, my business and my business plan written out. Like, I just have some branding templates and pages that I fill out. And as you fill them out, it kind of gets ingrained in your brain, and that's in your mind when you're posting and engaging and stuff like that. One of the things in my branding is I am just extremely ethical. I practice good business ethics. A lot of people don't in this community. A lot of people say they do, they don't. Their actions don't line up with what they say. A lot of people that are here with me in the short time I've been here and doing this is because you guys trust me. And there's a reason for that. You know, it's not because I sold you so well. It's because I'll have conversations with you and explain things to you because I want to help you, whether you buy from me or not. Usually that's going to lead to somebody buying from you. You know, if I have something I release that a whole bunch of other people have that you guys don't know, you guys have a trust in me and you're going to come to me because I worked on building that. You know, that's a part of my brand. And I think for a lot of people, they just feel like they're giving things away. They're just, well, I don't want to give away all this knowledge, and like, what are they going to buy from me if I give all this away? That doesn't matter. It does not matter. I give out free information literally every day, all day. People are getting bits and pieces in groups and comments and all this and that. But when they need a guide, when they need a book, when they need a course laid out for them, who are they going to go to? Are they going to go to the first post they see that sold it well? Or are they going to go to the person they see constantly in the groups who is always being, you know, valuable and genuinely wants to help people and cares about them? You know what I mean? So it's not going to stop your sales. Don't overthink the branding. Don't feel like you have to perfect the branding. You can always go back and review things in your business. You can always make changes. The only things really, like, I wouldn't say you want to change a lot would be like, if you do have, let's say you have a logo and it's not like your profile picture, but you have it in like the top of your text images, if you share that, or you have it like, let's say your Facebook banner, you have like a nice graphic or something, and you stick it up in the corner of that, but it's not like your whole like, hey guys, I'm a business, you know what I mean? Stick it in like a little corner of your profile picture or something like that. So like, I wouldn't change, you know, a logo too much. If you go to like Pinterest and search branding color palette or color palettes and find a set of brand colors you want to stick with, you know, pick something you really would want to stick with. I wouldn't go and change that every few months, like obvious stuff like that. But you know, like if you start out with like a business tagline, which I'll let you guys know about that in a second, and you go change that a month down the road, people aren't going to, first of all, probably even know that you changed it unless it really changes how you're engaging and posting. But people aren't going to be like, oh my god, that person changed their tagline, I'm never buying from them again. You know what I mean? Like, you don't have to put so much pressure on yourself when it comes to branding. So then we have some bigger things that you can work on eventually, like your brand purpose, your tagline, your vision and mission statement. My tagline, for example, is kind of like your slogan. So like McDonald's, I'm loving it. Nike, just do it. Mine for my business is marketing on a minimal budget. Now, I really didn't have a tagline probably the first month to month and a half that like I started. But as I started working more on my branding, I saw, okay, my vision is being ethical as a business, having that trustworthiness and stuff like that. But I started realizing people are really into me sharing the story of I got to $5,000 without ever buying a course. I couldn't afford it. I couldn't afford it even on a payment plan, but I wasn't going to just say, oh, this isn't for me. I can't do this. I knew I could do it. In the situation with my daughter, I said, I can't fail. This cannot fail. And I wasn't really going to buy any courses. I ended up getting DBA, and DBA took me over 10K. But I wouldn't have bought anything over like a $300 mark. I'm not going to go, I just don't think people need to spend $500 on a course. I don't think that's realistic. UBC, I'm not going to go down too much of that page, but like UBC is a big, it sells well somehow. I don't, it's not a bad course, but the thing for me when I was new is I would see people buy UBC, but they would still be in these groups like, I don't know how to sell. I'm not getting sales. What do I do? And I'm like, how much did you pay for that course? Like, you spent $500 on a course and you don't, like, you're not getting sales? That just blew my mind. And I'm like, no, girl, I'm not going to buy UBC. I can't. I can't offer something to my following that is over $300. DBA is pushing it. DBA is pushing it. I'm cool with DBA because DBA, it really does have a lot of value. DBA is not only A to Z, you know, from start, knowing nothing, having nothing, how to build your business, how to build multiple different types of businesses so you're not stuck with one choice. The PL Orbital in there, that alone made my money back on the course. They're constantly putting stuff in the course, and you can get both volumes at $222 on a payment plan. That would have been a payment plan I could afford, but they didn't have DBA when I started. But there was no way I was buying a $500 course. Absolutely not. So if I don't personally feel like I needed a $500 course to start, why would I believe that for my following? So my tagline became marketing with a minimal budget. It's short, sweet, to the point, okay? What I want to try to teach you guys and help you guys with a tagline and stuff like that is differentiating yourself from other people, but not doing it using the things everybody else is trying to use. Like, how many profiles do you guys go to and it's like, I'm teaching you how to leave your 9 to 5. Hey guys, I'm going to give you more time with your kids. I'm going to give you all the financial freedom you could ever want. Like, nobody, people are tired of hearing that. It's just not like, people see it, but they don't see it because they've seen it so much. You know what I mean? It's really getting in the nitty gritty, getting into the specific. Part of that too, like you can't really start and say, oh, this is my tagline for my business, because I didn't know in the beginning that one of my focuses was just going to be helping people do it with a minimal budget. It was just, I wanted to come off real and authentic and help people and bring authenticity and ethics into this community because I wasn't seeing a lot of it. And that was my focus. And then it became what it was. There's so many things that are going to roll into your branding as you guys are posting, as you're engaging and figuring out what products you like, what you want to offer, what sells best for you, and how you post. Does that make sense? Like, you're going to get ideas of who you want to be as a business rolled into your branding in these few months that you're going and getting started. In your honest opinion, should I start a new Facebook personal page or just use my current audience because it's large already? Remember, this is my personal opinion because, you know, it probably can be doable. I started a whole new page for business. Heard very similar things when it came to Instagram and TikTok, people that already had a good following. I have a TikTok with close to 4,000 followers. It's my personal TikTok. I tried to do digital marketing on there for a few weeks and it just confused the shit out of my audience. Excuse my language. It confused my audience, it confused my algorithm. And like on Facebook, I just didn't want to be like the digital marketing like Avon lady to like my family and friends and stuff. And so I never even tried with that. I was like, I'm just gonna make a separate, that following is not an issue. Following, I don't want you guys to be afraid to start something new and have no people. You guys can easily have 100 friends in a week. You guys, thanks, Ray. You guys can easily start a new Facebook account. I say account, you can have a page, but pages don't get into groups as easily as accounts do. Start a second account, which if you have my Facebook marketing ebook, goes through that whole process of how to do that. I'm never on that Facebook anymore, Ray. I literally like barely even log into my personal Facebook. I give people my number now when I used to only use Messenger because I'm like, I'm not signed in. You guys can start a new Facebook account for just business. Start engaging. Start making public posts, promoting, and just sharing what you've learned on these lives with me and your mentorship. If you have DVA, any of the free products I'm giving you guys, what you're learning, sharing it. Just being an open resource, okay? And going and engaging with people that are new, that need help. Maybe they just need some motivation. You don't need to have thousands of followers to make sales. You don't need to have hundreds of followers to make. I made my first sale under 50 followers on Instagram, and I wasn't even focused on Facebook marketing yet. My content was ass. It was so cringy. Like, it wasn't even that great, but I was doing the things with branding. I knew who I wanted to be with my business, the authenticity and sharing my story, being open, being vulnerable, and being personal, and not making it so businessy and so salesy and trying to present myself this certain way. I was just me, and people dig that. Like, people dig you and your personality, your story, you know. Followers are great. Followers are extra great if you're doing what I teach you to do and being authentic and doing the things with value that we talk about in here. And then you have a big following from that, you're gonna make some good money, okay? But if somebody's just focused right away on, man, I'm not gonna make any sales until I get 1,000 followers or da-da-da-da, you might, you know, there's people, you guys are gonna see people all over the place. Hey guys, like, let's do a follow for follow, or who does like paid ads? I don't do any paid ads. I've never paid for an ad. I've never had any advertising ever in my business. I'm not saying that you shouldn't or couldn't do that. I don't think that's very necessary until you want to scale your business from big to bigger. I don't think it's very helpful in the beginning because you don't really have things established. I don't ever do follow trains. That's just getting dead followers. People that are going to spam like your stuff, but you know, it's not having a reach because they're not engaging with it. They're not like, oh, that's a great point. Like, oh my God, I love that you said that. They don't care. They're just going to, you know what I mean? Like, you need people of value that are going to engage. They're quality people. They're following you for a reason. They like your stuff. They like your content. They want to see what you're going to post. But all those people in those follow for follow trains, and you follow my Instagram, I'll follow yours, and then we'll just confuse the algorithm and get spam blocked. Like, no. So tagline, your little slogan, just kind of keep that in mind as you're rolling through and you're engaging and figuring out what products you like, you know, what platform you want to stick with. Vision and mission statement. Okay, so as we get into branding, these are things in the branding planner. Again, I want to emphasize, when I go through here, there's things that I don't fill everything out. I might not feel like I need it. There's a brand mood board in here. It looks cute, but I'm not putting a mood board together. You guys might love mood boards. I don't mess with mood boards. But you just go through here and fill out what resonates with you, you know? This is my business binder number 2. Okay, so this is like my branding binder. I have, so first page here, I have my business overview page, okay? It has my business name, my tagline, my website. I've got my mission statement, social media handles, even though I'm really only on Facebook, and just some basic things. So business goals down here, income I want to make, my core business values, target customer, what will set you apart from your competition, mission statement. Boom, just all here right on this cutesy little page. All right, I have my tabs. So I have project list I'm working on. I've got a sheet where I have like promo codes that I have active for what products and whatever, a space for policies, licensing, and then I have a branding tab. So in the branding tab, a mission statement, and this is in the branding planner that you guys can find in that freebie vault. A mission statement describes why your company exists, okay? Why are you offering your product or service and how it helps to solve the problem of your customers. this is one thing I'll tell you guys as well. ChatGPT. Now, before anybody rolls their eyeballs, okay, this is my thing with ChatGPT. I'm not an old lady, but I am an old lady, first of all, okay? I am pretty tech savvy. I am pretty with social media, but I'm 31, okay? I'm getting to a point where I really don't want to learn new things. When Threads came out, I was like, I don't want to. There are a lot of people who use ChatGPT for the wrong reasons, okay? ChatGPT, I feel like, is starting to get a bad rep. There's ways to use it and ways that you don't use it. I don't mess a lot with AI. There are so many people, they're so talented. Deanna, you're the GOAT. You're gonna be our IT person of the mentorship group then. All right, girl, I love that. I love that for the group. Deanna is our IT person in the group. There's so many talented people. They do stuff with like Midjourney, AI stuff. They're making these AI images. I'm in awe. I'm like, I could never, like, maybe I could, you know, I started digital marketing, but ChatGPT is what I use for like brain farts or just days you're just not feeling that creative juice and you know you need to come up with like a new post, or you're like so in your head about an intro post. You can go into ChatGPT and you can say, like, literally just talk to it. Like, okay, I'm on my computer right now. I'm on chatgpt.com. It's free. You can get a paid version. You don't need a paid version. Get it if you want to, but I don't need it. You probably don't need it either. So I'm in ChatGPT. I'm going to say, example, okay? And I'm so weird. I talk to my ChatGPT with, like, manners, like it's a person, but whatever. So I'll be like, I need to make an intro post for my digital marketing business. And then you could make it as simple as, after you write that, you could put, ask me some questions to help formulate a good intro post for my Facebook page. Okay, I'm gonna hit enter. It says, I'd be happy to help you create an engaging intro post for your digital marketing business. Here are some questions to get started. It's asking me about business name and branding, which you don't have to answer everything. What specific services does your business offer? Who is your target audience? Are you focusing? It just has a whole list of questions. And this is on my computer. So I can just type answers as I go. And then when I enter that, it's going to give me some type of intro post. Here's the thing with ChatGPT, my best advice for you guys. Do not just copy and paste. First of all, I don't remember what the phrase is. There's like a very commonly used phrase in ChatGPT that, like, if I see that anywhere, I know somebody ChatGPT copy and pasted. They didn't write any of that. They just used AI. And that gives people a bad rep. There's no originality in it. I use ChatGPT for ideas. I'll have it maybe create some things for me and change it to be my own. But I don't want you guys getting in a practice of using ChatGPT and just copy and pasting things. That's not a good practice to get into. And that's what a lot of people do. And people spot it. And it just kind of gives them a bad thing. You know what I mean? That phrase, it's like whether you're new or seasoned, and I don't remember what the phrase is, but there's a phrase. When I see it, I'm like, their book will start like that, or their group description will start with that. And I'm like, oh, they like ChatGPT. There's nothing wrong with ChatGPT. It's just having some originality in your stuff. You know, when you guys go and you read my Facebook marketing book, you know I wrote that. You know, you guys know how I talk. You know how my posts read when I type them out. Like, if I were to come out with a post that was, maybe I should test you guys. Maybe I'll put a post on my profile this week and it'll be totally from AI, and we'll see if you guys can spot it. If we go back to mission statement, why your business exists, okay? I'm going to read you guys my mission statement. It's not super long. So my mission statement is, empower women with the knowledge and tools they need to successfully market their unique businesses online, offering a hands-on, authentic approach without needing to buy every trending course, achieve financial independence and business success. Okay, that took me a minute to get there. All right, because a lot of this branding stuff, guys, if you, let's say, have these papers, you print these out, you're working on some branding, you can ask ChatGPT to ask you very specific questions about your business. Hey, ChatGPT, I'm working on some branding with my business blank, or with my digital marketing business if you don't have a name yet. Ask me some questions to get to know my business, and it will do that. And then you can go in with what would be a good mission statement for my digital marketing business. And it's going to have all that prior knowledge that you gave it in those questions you answered and give you some ideas, but change it up a little. Maybe you don't want to keep everything it gives you. Maybe you like a sentence, but you want to change some of it around. But it's going to give you a general idea. So it's going to give you some general guidance of what you want to do. Brand story. Brand story. What's your story, guys? What is your story? This is going to set you very apart. Nobody can replace you guys. If you sit there and let's say you've got like that Threads Unleashed guide and you're like, oh, so many people are selling this, and they're not you. They don't have your story. They don't have the way you can connect with people, the way that you can sell it to people. You know, a lot of times people, when they come follow you, it's a lot of people come to me and you guys make me so emotional. They're, you know, a lot of people are like, you inspire me. Like the stuff you've been through, the way you get up, the way you motivate me, the way you inspire me, like you are so inspiring. I had somebody go watch my YouTube videos, and she's in this group, and she was like, your videos were like me taking a warm bath of like relief, because she was so overwhelmed and she was just so in her head about like, is this something I could do? And that comes out from my brand story. That comes out from what I choose to share with you guys and what I give off to you guys. And you guys can do that as well. You're almost, in a sense, you're branding yourself. What have you went through? You know, what got you to this space where you're sitting here watching this live and you're wanting to get into digital marketing? You're wanting to make your own money. You know, you're not wanting to do, maybe you want to leave your job. Maybe you just need a little bit of extra money with your job. You don't want to quit your job. You know, what's your family been through? What are you trying to do for your kids? What do you want to do with that free time you're going to have with them? If you have an extra $5,000 every month, what specifically is that going to go to? What hardships have you been through? What have you helped you? You know, there's so, like, what is your story? And be specific. Don't use all that cookie cutter, like, what you think people want to hear. Be raw. Show up. That's a huge part of branding. That can differentiate you so much. Target audience. Target audience. So many people overthink target audience. I'm going to keep this super duper simple for you guys. Things like age, demographic, occupation. I don't care about any of that. I don't. I did. It did nothing for me. I'll be just totally honest with you guys. It did nothing for me at all. Target audience, you don't want to sell to everybody. Everybody's not your customer, right? I do agree with that. Your target audience is you when you started. Your target audience is you when you were thinking about getting started and weren't sure if you were going to jump in yet. What were your pain points? What were your hesitations? What made you do it? What made you jump? What made you say, okay, I'm doing this? Okay? Create a person that they have a set of pain points, they have a set of struggles that your products and your business solve and make easier for them. That's target audience. Benefits and features of a product, okay? Features, okay, let's say there's a list of this is what's in my product, this is what you're going to get in my product. How is that going to benefit them specifically with their pain point? So somebody, they're struggling to grow their following. You have this product. How does your product benefit them with that pain point? How does it solve their pain point? You get what I'm saying? The other thing with target audience, obviously you're speaking to them. What other communities are they in? This is a big one. This is one I guarantee you a lot of other like digital marketers, they don't think of. We're in digital marketing groups, okay? I do fall off of this sometimes, like I'll be honest, because it's so easy to promote in digital marketing groups. Meaning, not that the posting is easy, but meaning they encourage it. You can pay for promo. They have free promo days. You can't go into, you know, a group about motherhood, health and wellness and go in there and sell and promote things. You can't do that. You have to approach things like that very differently. So you having a business page, having public posts, sharing educational, promotional, and personal things so people don't go to your profile and it's just sales, 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 right? You go into other communities. If you're targeting other digital marketers that are having a hard time making sales, or you know, they need help with their following, they are burnt out on content ideas, they just want to get started in general, right? Digital marketing groups, bam, all day long. But what other communities are people that are interested in digital marketing interested in? Are they in spiritual groups? Are they practicing health and wellness? Are they in parenting groups? And get into those groups, quality groups, okay? Don't just go start joining a bunch of groups and then your algorithm and timeline looks all crazy, okay? Get into groups that have under a certain amount of posts per day, preferably public groups so you can kind of see what type of engagement is in there, right? And you're not selling at all in those groups because first of all, they'll kick you out, you'll get banned. You're going in there and you're engaging, okay? And you're giving value when it comes to something you have passion for, mental health, you know, spiritual stuff. Maybe you're into crystals, maybe you're a crystal girly, like, and just being this open book of that topic. And if you have something you put in a comment and people really resonate with that, you get a bunch of likes on it. And it's not at all about digital marketing, but it's a community of somebody who might like digital marketing is interested in, and they go to your page and they read your post and they're like, what did Ray say earlier? Indirectly. So you're not sticking yourself in just a box of digital marketing groups. What other things are those girlies interested in? Or men, if you're marketing to men as well. We already talked about, okay, what makes you different? Somebody was asking about just feeling afraid to, like, how are they going to stand out? Okay, and I'm hoping you guys at this point kind of have an understanding with branding, like what kinds of things you can do that don't have to be hard, that will make you stand out. And just remembering that pieces are going to come together as you're posting, as you're engaging and commenting, as you're buying products and learning what you like, what things you want to sell, what you want to focus on. Like, I have almost my whole store is just Facebook marketing stuff. Like, that's what I thrive in, you know. But again, that wasn't ever my intention when I started. Like, I'm gonna get into Facebook marketing. No, it happened. And then the last thing with branding really is ethics and values. Don't have a whole big list. I would say maybe have a solid 4 to 6 values tops. I have 4, and if I were to list off these to you guys, as I'm listing them off to you, and you guys knowing me and how I speak and how I talk to you and the way I run my business, it will make sense to you. Branding. I want you guys, as I'm reading to you what my business values are, and you're like, oh, that makes sense, that her business value is that. I want you to think about in our conversations and when you see me post and stuff, why does that make sense? Do you guys understand that question? What has she done that has made that make sense for that to be her business value to me? Like, what do I practice? What do I practice that gives you guys that impression that that's a business value of mine? Okay, so mine are authenticity, ethics, integrity, and quality. Okay? Quality. Sounds obvious, right? In digital marketing, so many people are afraid to see something go viral. And this is my opinion, all right? But so many people get afraid to see something, say so-and-so in your business circle releases a guide on a social media platform and they made it. It might suck. And it doesn't mean that they suck. It doesn't mean you hate them as a person. But, like, it just needs some work. People don't want to give that feedback. And so then there's this, like, guide going around that people are just selling, and then they're like, oh, I bought this and it's not that great, but I need to sell it. No, you don't. There's so many things I purchased that either they were MRR and I couldn't alter anything and there was typos, the formatting was bad. I'm like, I'm not going to present this to my following. Quality is important to me. I'm not going to go sell this to people because I spent money on it and I need to sell it and maybe it'll get me a sale. No. What is that doing to my reputation? And there's a lot of people, they just buy any and everything and present it because it's more of a sale opportunity, or you know, maybe this is the thing that'll sell out and da 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 da, whatever. But that's a part of my branding and my business values. But ChatGPT, when I did my core business values, I was like, I could maybe think of 2. I was like, hey, ChatGPT, give me 10 examples of business values. And then I read it and I was like, okay, which of these align with me? And that's how I got my list. Okay, it's things that make sense. And again, you don't have to do something like that in the very beginning. You know, give yourself a month of really connecting with people, talking to people, you know, posting and engaging in comments and stuff like that to get a feel of what you like to practice. You know, maybe you're going to be that digital marketer where like you're following and helping people with trending courses and guides, but the ones with quality, right? You're kind of like that person that I'll buy this so you don't have to, or so you don't have to waste your money on it and actually give you a real review on it. There's people I've seen that do stuff like that and they do very well. And then the other obvious thing just with branding is just tying that into your stuff. You know, your colors, fonts, the way you speak, tying that into your post, into your bio, you know, your tagline and stuff like that. Your products in your storefront. If you're on your profile and your post and your images and stuff you share have like pinks and browns and stuff like that, but they go to your store and it's like blue and yellow, like, you see what I'm saying? Like, tie it together. I try to buy as many PLR products as I can because I can alter them if I need to. If I need to fix something, if I want to take something out, add something in. MRR, it depends on what it is. But that way you can go and change like the images in there or the colors to be your branding colors and have that familiar, oh, this is so-and-so's product. Oh, this person got this from so-and-so. The same thing with your store. So Beacon, Stand Store, you know, Linktree, whatever you're using for your storefront. Having those colors in your background and your fonts, but making it look good, aesthetic, and readable, right? Meshing all of that together, one bubble of branding, okay? You guys are the reason I'm here, so you're very welcome, and you guys are going to continue to grow, and I'm here to help you, and I just hope that I'm enough, you know? I think I am. I believe I am. Mindset, I am enough, right? So, and I thank you guys for trusting me and putting trust in me and just being here, okay? All right, guys, I'm going to end this, but this will be in a group to watch. If you're watching this and we're not live, you can post questions in here, DM me, put your questions in the group. Y'all have been great. This was an awesome live, and I will see you guys live next Monday or in the group or just engaging and hyping y'all up. So, mwah, 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 mwah. Have a great week, y'all. I love you, and good.